And we are going live. Hello and welcome everybody to the State of the Empire for the 1st of February 2020. Hopefully it doesn't end up being one of our last and we don't all start dying of a new respiratory illness.
Oh, did you see what I posted about that?
I will get to that afterward. We are going into the meeting and this is going on live stream, so
All right.
let me start here. As always, I'd like to thank all of you who chose to attend, including, in no particular order, Merc Angel, Alchemist, Monkey Man 731, Thor 1986, Soulblaze 05, Dear Junior, happy to have you here this week. And of
Yep.
course, I am Emperor Farrison presiding. I apologize for the smaller turnout. It looks like some people are busy and others decided to do a raid right before the meeting. So we'll have to make note of that at another point. I don't expect the meeting to be overly complex this week. We only have a few things to go over. But, of course, as always, I'd like to start with welcoming the newest enlistees within the Kaldaran Empire. We have, this week, Jammer, Scorch, Flacco 624, the Jumping Pony, Zero, Atropos, K-Swiss 802, Beast Mode 57651, I Am Kirby, Bread for Gaming, OPZX2, Epic Friar Yoshi, and Fish. All of them have achieved at least the grade of Kamat Grade 1. I believe they are all new assignees to the 3rd Legion. And once their training is complete, you'll be seeing them distributed between the 1st and 2nd Legion in the near future, I hope. So everybody be sure to give them a warm welcome, help them fit in and become part of the group like the rest of us, and continue the Kaldaran legacy. Of course, I'd like to take a moment to thank Jammer and Scorch. They're currently sitting at Kamat Grade 2 as they have completed their registration on the website. That system may be subject to change over the coming week as we work on revising some of our Legion assignment protocols. But with any luck, it should be for the better. Next up, we have a small handful of promotions to hand out this week. Promoted to Stivos, we have Jadon 420 and OG Scoots. They've been here for, I want to say, 2 or 3 weeks at least. They've made a good effort. They're fairly active, communicative. They're working with other people. They're playing games. They're doing what you're supposed to do here. So I'm happy to announce that they are being promoted to Stivos and will be receiving Legion assignments hopefully by the end of the evening. Next up, we have 2 people who have been incredibly active. They have gone out of their way to help with bits of recruitment, helping people get settled. They've been particularly gung-ho about the group, about Kaldara, and hopefully forging us a nice, bright, and highly active future. And with any luck, across multiple games. And we are still working on that, of course. So, a congratulations are in order for MJ7791 and Thor 1986 for achieving the rank of Photomar. Any further, and you'll officially be non-commissioned officers. Starting to get close to playing the big boy ranks.
Oh boy.
That does it for the list of promotions I have this week. I expect that a few people got overlooked. It's been rather odd, and I've been caught up in a bunch of behind the scenes things, and we're still working on getting the Legion structures put back into place properly so that we can get a more active and accurate reporting. I'll be looking through activity logs and just general chat logs, along with looking at people participating in raid clears, etc. And I will likely have a rather large list of additional promotions to be covered for next week's State of the Empire, but they should go into effect within the next probably 12 to 24 hours or less. That's going to be what I put aside time tonight to deal with, because I do know that there have been more people who have been highly active who deserve promotions and are being overlooked right now. So we may have a couple people who show up twice in the promotion list next week, so be prepared for that possibility to rectify this week's shortcomings. And again, I apologize. Beyond that, that covers our promotions and our new people for this week. I'll be working to get the academy back on track so we can get our next wave of officers pushed out into the wild. So if you are a member of the Imperial Academy, expect to hear back from me very soon. And I will be sending messages in the Academy chat to start scheduling trainings. Beyond that, I'm going to encourage Legion commanders and executive officers to keep an eye on people who are particularly active and particularly helpful within their legions. And I expect you to start DMing me promotion lists every week as we used to. Potential commendations. Um, I want to bring back member of the week.
Oh, that's awesome. I remember that.
It's been a long while. Uh, the activity dips, the drop in the schism within the Second Legion that, of course, occurred. Things like that have put one hell of a damper on our efforts. But I do want to bring back Member of the Week recognitions, and I do want to start working on commendations again. I think there are a lot of people that we've got in some of these newer batches who put a lot of effort in, and I think they're not getting the recognition they deserve, and it's my goal to correct that. Part of the effort in doing so, and to make sure that those of us who get busy with all of the command operations don't lose sight or touch with the newer guys and the lower ranks, I'm formally announcing the formation of the Kaldaran Imperial Senate. Each legion will be appointing 2 senators via popular vote within the legion. A senator can be any person of the rank of Stivos or above who is not a legion commander or executive officer. This will create a pseudo-bicameral legislative body for the Kaldaran Empire, in a sense. The Senate will be appointed by the people, and The opposite side will represent the interests of the entrenched to help balance wisdom and experience with populism and new ideas to ensure that the empire remains adaptive to the needs of the people while maintaining its unique identity. The entrenched remnants, or rather the entrenched chamber, if you will be made up of Legion commanders and executive officers, and certain internal Legion affairs I would like to see moved towards Legionary councils, which will be comprised of the commanding officer, the executive officer, and both senators.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right. Now we've talked about this. Now I have a question. As a CEO of the second, do I get a vote for who I would like to pick for a nomination?
That's actually an excellent question. I hadn't thought about the status of COs and XOs voting in the actual elections themselves.
That's why I bring it up.
Um, I would suggest that yes, you certainly get a vote. You're a member of the Legion, even if you are its leader. Your vote would be weighted the same as every other member as far as picking the senator. Uh, but I don't see why we would remove the ability of Legion commanders to vote.
Just looking for clarity, brother. You know me.
Absolutely. I hadn't even thought about it, to be honest.
Well,
I had
that's why you
just,
have a good support staff.
yep, I had just assumed like everybody in the Legion who's interested will cast their vote. Yeah, like I said, Legion commanders can't hold Senate seats at the same time, but they can still vote for senators. So I guess that clarifies perfectly fine. I think that's a serviceable explanation. We're going to create a slightly weighted voting system so that Legion commanders still have a general set sense of autonomy. Um, in within the Legion Council, and this is all subject to change based on feedback and experience. We're going through a trial period now, but in decisions made by the Legion Council, each senator will receive one vote, and the executive officer will receive a vote, and the Legion commander will receive two votes for a total of five. It should ensure that the Legion commanders still get a general sense of what direction to take things, while granting a sense of engagement and a method of the lower members of legions to sort of pick people specifically worthy of their recommendation. Senators are something of a first among peers kind of position. So you send the people who you feel will best represent your interest in the lower ranks, and I expect that senators will change out semi frequently. I doubt many senators will be reelected based on the principle that legion composition is an ever changing thing, and the guy who's taking the forefront and worthy of that senatorial seat 1 month, 3 months later, he might not be because a whole new group of guys has come in, and that guy is since moving on into officer ranks and may not necessarily be wholly in touch with the lower guys, depending on how that rolls. I hope all of this is relatively clear. We are expecting that senators will sit for a term of 1 season, so quarterly, 3 months. I'm actually going to go ahead and stop now and ask if anybody has any questions or feedback for the concept of the Imperial Senate.
Well, you've heard mine, and you know where my opinion lies. So I think it's a wonderful idea. This way, it gives everybody a chance to have a say in things because we've seen how that works. So I'm looking forward to people in the second stepping up saying, hey, I want this person, I want that person. I feel that it's going to be more involvement, more engagement. So I'm really looking forward to this.
That's exactly what we want. One of the problems that at the top we've encountered a couple of times have been, despite the fact that every time one of these meetings comes up, despite the fact, so every week we're pointing out that in order to be an officer in the Kaldaran Empire or to hold command rank as we do, you are expected to have an open door policy. If anybody here has problems, questions, feedback, etc., we are here to listen to that. And yet we have still had people leave and claim that they felt they couldn't approach us or talk to us, despite us making it clear every day of the week that we have every intention of being here to listen to your grievances. And hey, once in a while, a little praise sent our way does the soul some good. I'm not going to lie.
No, sir, it does do some good.
But we have a suggestions channel for a reason. My DMs are open, Frodo's DMs are open, your Legion Commanders and XO's DMs are open.
Always. If you need to talk to me, always send me a message.
If
Always.
if you are a new guy here and for some reason the idea of approaching the theming gives us some rather haughty titles, warlord, grandmaster, emperor. That's all just fun at the end of the day. We are here to provide you with a better experience and to build an enjoyable community. If you strip back the pseudo roleplay, the light veneer of theme that we think keeps things kind of interesting and is just fun for us, we still want to be there to hear what you have to say. But if for some reason you don't feel like what you have to say will be heard because you're the new guy or something like that, then take it to somebody who's more established here but maybe isn't at the top. Take it to, an XO or a CO or one of the NCOs that you trust and work with on a constant basis. Because I get it, I don't play Destiny every day. Um, hell, I don't even play it every week. Destiny on a personal level is not overly entertaining to me anymore. I'm enjoying a bit of Crucible the past couple days, but generally speaking, I don't
And Iron
play,
Banner.
which is a form of Crucible, yes.
Yes.
But generally, I don't play a whole lot of Destiny, so that can help to create a further level of disconnect, which I'd prefer to avoid. So I'm hoping that this adds an extra avenue. If you have a problem, then go to your senator. If you don't want to go to your Legion commander, or you don't want to take it to me personally, or you don't feel that you can approach Frodo or whoever, the senators are elected from among the people. That's going to be a new channel for you to have problems brought forward, and it offers you a level of anonymity because the senator will bring it forward as a wider issue rather than dropping your name specifically. So if that anonymity is something you feel you need to avoid the perception of a backlash or a dislike or whatever petty thing we humans can be capable of, maybe the senator offers that channel and the insulation at the same time. I'm like I said, the hope is to create a greater sense of engagement and better channels for moving feedback forward as the group grows larger. Speaking of the group growing larger, we're implementing a new system for training and placement. When somebody joins the Empire, it tends to be right now for Destiny. And so you go into the Third Legion, which is a training legion. It is going to be full of new people and a handful of veterans who have volunteered to help new people. Once you get a feel for things and you play with your fellow Kaldarans, you get your bearings, you understand how we do things, etc., 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 you'll go from being a trainee Kamat to full enlistment at Stivos. So you notice we have like military style pay grades next to them to help you understand where they sit in the hierarchy, in addition to rank pips. So hopefully it should be pretty straightforward what rank is what when you look at the whole thing. When you do that, you'll be placed in the 1st or 2nd Legion. Generally speaking, how we're going to do things going forward, when you are ready to graduate from the 3rd Legion up into the 1st or 2nd, you will obviously you'll be told, okay, the time has come, and you'll probably be asked what legion are you interested in joining, and who are the people you tend to play with. And so if you tend to play with a bunch of guys from the 2nd Legion, then we're going to put you in the 2nd Legion. If you tend to play with a bunch of guys from the 1st, then we'll probably put you in the 1st. And what's going to happen is the individual Legion councils will be given a sense of control over who they induct into their Legion. Because we do know that even if you get along with most of the group, sometimes you might clash with a certain subset of people, and to avoid sticking you into a sort of latent clique that you aren't going to get along with, we give you the option of claiming what legion you want to apply to, and we give the legion the option of accepting or denying you based on a vote of that legion council, which will provide an extra degree of function for the XO, the CO, and that legion's senators to represent the interest of the group. This is actually based on some feedback we got from somebody who left, who explained that in previous clans they were in, they gave people a bit of time, and they voted on whether or not they got to stay. I'm extrapolating a little bit from that, and we're going to try it out. We're going to see how it fits. And if it doesn't work, then we'll either revise or scrap it. And if it does work, then all the better. Any questions on that?
I'm good on all of it.
Oh, look who it is. Miss Early is late to the party.
Yeah, I sent her a message and asked her if she was coming.
Anyway, uh, if there are no questions regarding Legion Councils, the new system of placement, and I'm almost interested in encouraging the various legions to kind of create their own group induction rituals, so to speak. You
Because you're
join
sadistic.
you join a club or whatever, and there's sort of an initiation process. Maybe you guys should work on your own initiation rituals. Make us look more like a cult. Um,
Bring bright dust.
yes, to join the 2nd, you must bring bright dust, and you have to snort it. If you don't finish,
Walker.
if you don't finish the line, you don't get in. Um,
That seems kind of weird.
it's also
That's
obviously a
the whole
joke.
point.
Um, but yes, if there are no questions on the new system of placement, on the concept of the Legion Council, or on the newly forming Imperial Senate, then I'm going to move on to making a note to everybody that if you are playing with your fellow Kaldarans, I suggest filing operations reports. While you're not required to, they are incredibly helpful for us tracking activity. They're also incredibly basic. In fact, let me see if I have the template here.
You did post that a while back. I have seen
Yeah,
it.
I'm trying to see if it's still on my hard drive. Let's see. That's not going to do what I want it to do. Here we go. Ops report template 1. Is it going to open? Or is it going to laugh at me? It's going to laugh at me. They're all going to laugh at you! Here we go. So it's incredibly basic. You tell us, we did a raid, it was Leviathan, so-and-so was the raid leader. Here's the list of people who participated. Here's when we started, here's when it ended, and here's the result, and any special notes or commendations you'd like to make based on people's performance and behavior. 2 minutes to fill out. It helps us keep track of who's doing what and make sure that people who are actively participating with the group and running organizations get the credit they deserve. I actually have one here from a Leviathan report pulled up. So they're incredibly short, they're incredibly quick, they're just rich text documents, they're WordPad. It comes standard with every copy of Windows. You don't even need a special, you don't need a copy of Microsoft Word or anything like that. 2 minutes of your time to help make sure that the people who are active and participating get the recognition they deserve. That includes you. So I absolutely suggest that people try to remember to file operations reports. And to that end, I am actually going to announce that if anybody would be interested in playing Crucible, I will not do comp. You can eat a dick. I will be putting together a team after the meeting. And to hold myself to my own account, I will take the 2 minutes to file raid reports, or not raid reports, but operations reports for that activity in case anybody wants to see some examples.
Oh man, and I love playing in Crucible with you. I gotta go take my brother to work. Man, you suck. You
Wait, you're
suck.
actually gonna play? You're actually gonna play Crucible?
Who, me or Atomic?
No, I'm talking about freaking Atomic.
Oh,
Are you actually playing?
It's one of the few things I play when it comes
yes,
to
he's very
Destiny.
good at it.
I'm tired of
Kidding. Okay, count me in. I have to see
PvE.
this. Count me in.
I don't have
Me
any
too.
Shwet Lord weapons. The closest I got is my Monte Carlo.
Oh, and that's so sweet too.
But it is
Me too.
totally not a Shwet weapon.
I just go with what I want. I mean, I just go causing havoc with either sweet business or just simply the newest.
Alright, well,
Oh, backfeed.
let me see. Do I have anything else to announce this week? The reminder
Besides
of
the fact that I have to
operations
sleep?
reports, new training and placement, the Senate. No, that'd
It
probably
threw the
about do
whole
it.
Senate at him.
The whole Senate, true story.
Yeah, okay, cool. You got the reference.
Of course I do. I remember quoting the shit out of that episode as a kid. Well, I say a kid. It's probably closer to a teenage years. It's been a while though. Now I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
rewatch that bit. What
I
the
just
hell
saw it
is an
not that long ago.
aluminum falcon?
You must smell like hot balls wrapped in bacon
You
and
must,
burnt.
you must, you must smell like feet wrapped in leathery burnt bacon.
Robot chicken.
Just rebuild it? Yeah, who's gonna give me a loan, jackhole? You got an ATM with that torso light bright? Now you get your 7'2" asthmatic ass back here before I tell everybody what a whitey bitch you were about Patamame or Panda Bear or whatever the hell her name is.
Oh God, he's crying.
I love that special, dude.
Yeah. Oh
What
shit.
TV show is it from?
Robot chicken.
Robot chicken.
There you go.
I need to
Oh.
start watching that
You've never watched Robot Chicken?
here and
Oh my
there.
god.
I'm not even going to comment on that one. That's just Thor. We love you.
Love you guys too.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Oh man.
So yes, if anybody's wondering about the operations report, there is actually a channel for it, and it's literally titled Operations Reports under Kaldara Empire Official. There is a template there that you can use. If not, I may just replace the template and people can just have a basic format and follow it and fill in the blanks in the thing rather than having to open a word processor. That may be a better way to do it. Although I took the time to put our goddamn logo at the header of the report,
It should be
and I
used. We have
appreciate
it in
that.
place. We should
It
just
looks
use it.
good, damn it.
Yes. Much time and effort was placed into that.
And before you say anything, yes, we will be working on getting the merchandise. You will get your hat.
Thank you.
Beyond that, I would like to take the time to open the floor to public feedback. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, recommendations, or suggestions that you'd like to offer, now is the time.
Okay, well, I'm going to start first. Merc Angel, Drusilla, Alchemist. I think he's in the third. Of course, Thor. I have seen so much of you this past week. It's silly, and please keep it up. So I'm giving a shout out to all these people because everybody's been really doing stuff. And Thor, thank you for being diligent, but we got to turn it down a notch, man, because you're bugging people with stuff. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but when you browbeat people, they tend not to want to do things. But enthusiasm, you have it in abundance.
It's okay, man. I'm just trying to have fun.
Okay, good. All right,
Yeah,
that's all
Thor's
I
pretty
had.
cool.
Oh yeah, he did a wonderful job. He did exactly as he was instructed to do, and he tried to really make it happen. He was just beating Frodo in the head, and he couldn't take it.
Just a little bit.
So just a wee bit. All right, that's all I got. Good job, guys
All
and
right.
girl.
And thank you for that. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to add?
I just
I
want to go ahead.
do. My thing is, normally I'm on a lot more than I have been lately. I try to make a habit of checking into channel just to, check bases with everybody to see how they're doing. Um, I do miss my game time with you guys, and I thank you for being patient with me. I will be on tonight, regardless of what my roommate thinks.
Yes.
See, I'm in the know, so that's funny to me. All right.
I just wanted to say too, sorry for not being really active in D2 this season. I just burnt out the first season. I can't touch it right
That's all right. Just means we got to find something else for you to play with us.
Yeah, the season's been a bit of a bore, so you're not really missing much besides the season.
now. I've been doing ESO.
There we go. I gotta fire that back up again sometime. I haven't touched it in a while, and I think I can do it again. But not tonight. Tonight, we're killing bitches in Crucible in the name of the Empire. I've already committed to that.
Hell yeah.
Yay!
Bring down.
We had much fun the last time we ran some shit like that. Oh boy. We're gonna call it 2 minutes into the game.
All right. Does anybody else have anything to add?
No, I'm good.
No, I'm good.
All right. I see we've got a couple of newer people here today. And that is, hold on, let me just take a note of something here because that's something I missed. Okay, that's good. Going back to using a pen and paper. Help me, I've gone primitive.
Oh, good lord.
It's not even line paper, dude. I'm just using sheets of printer paper that I'm pulling out of the printer next to me.
That's spectacular.
It's a good pen, though. It's the G2. You gotta love the G2. That is a great pen. I can't
Well, the
write with
pen
other pens anymore. The G2 is just too good.
I got a pen and a holder in the man cave that's a double barrel shotgun.
Nice.
Yeah, and it writes very well too, amazingly.
Good. I like the flow of the G2. It flows differently than other pens. They're a little pricey, but they're good pens.
Have you ever gotten one that's made out of wood? Have you ever gotten one that's made out of wood?
Yeah, it's called a pencil.
I was waiting for it. I was fucking waiting for it.
You know you ain't got wait long.
Oh, and friendly reminder, FCC, shit, fuck, piss, damn, hell, cunt, titties. This is not appropriate for children. You can't find me. Lick my meat, governmental fucking stooge. Okay, I think that covers that part of things. If anybody would like to throw some expletives in, now is the time.
Look, she's over there giggling and
Hun-
shit.
Knew it was
What
coming.
the asshole?
Ratchet,
God
batshit,
damn
dirty old
you,
twat.
you.
Was coming. I
698.
knew it was
I
coming.
did not.
Ass clown!
Chingy
Yes,
chingy
ass
chong chong
clown.
ching chong ching. Oh,
He's got the kung
hurrah.
flu. Oh shit, he got the kung flu.
Oh,
I peed in your
God.
cereal. You get kung fu now.
Oh,
Alright, is this officially not appropriate for children enough that the FCC can fuck off and not try to fine me $42,000 that they will never see because I don't have it?
Yeah, they can
Probably.
definitely fuck
They
off. It's
can't do
okay.
squat, bro.
They can
They can
probably
eat
choke
my
on their own dick,
ass.
so.
Oh, bollocks.
dicks out for those guys.
You
I
know who
think the
lo-
government
you know who love dicks out jokes? Harambe. Reviving ancient memes. Let's do this.
Oh god, here we go.
I never even
Here we
liked that
go.
meme, to be honest with you.
I meme is so still.
Yes, but it was never corporatized, so it's kind of still pure, and you have to
Nope.
appreciate that
Fair enough.
because it was too dark for corporate entities to want to touch it. So fuck those guys.
Such a dick.
Any whore.
Wait.
I can agree with that.
Took him a second to catch on. He's like, wait, hold up.
Ah.
Which brings me to something I ask every week, especially like I was saying, because we have some new people here. Other than Destiny 2, what other games are people interested in seeing the Kaldara Empire expand into?
FF14.
We already have.
Borderlands 2.
Monster Hunter World.
GTFO.
Killing Floor 2.
Company.
I'm down for
Heroes.
Killing Floor.
I'd like to get that game. That game looks cool.
I
have
put
first and
forth
second. I have
Civilization because I enjoy playing a good game of Civ.
I got Civ as well.
And I'd love to see what happens if you put 5 Kaldarans in a game of Civ.
Oh good lord.
Need to try with my
The
little
nukes
brother.
just
Barely
start
happened.
flying in the 1800s.
Yeah, like you're doing
Kaboom.
today.
Fuck you, Sweden deserved those nukes.
Yeah, they did. They fuck with you. They deserved every one they got.
Roma Invicta! Oh, 20 years of irradiation. Totally worth it.
Every ounce
Well,
of rad was worth it.
Yeah, what was it gonna do? Hurt my
you should,
troops?
you
No, I
should
was using giant death robots.
Yeah, I know.
radiation. I'm just saying.
Okay. So I feel like I missed one in the crossfire. Monster Hunter World, GTFO, Killing Floor 2, Company of Heroes, Civ. I heard Borderlands.
Any fighting games?
I don't know if I have any. I'm sure I've got a
What?
couple.
Nice street.
What's
Got
Civ?
Street.
Sid Meier's Civilization. Never heard of Civ?
I've
I
got
have
5 and
Civ,
6.
which
It's like a strategy
if
game.
we were talking about the new one, or the old one.
Well, I was playing Civ 6. I've played 3. I played a little bit of 4, but I never got into 4. 3 was where I cut my teeth. I played a little bit of 4. 5 I've put. Oh, hold on. Let's consult Steam and let's see.
I've played 2. I want to play it. They're like,
5 plays better than 6. 6 is a little laggy, depending on what station you're playing on.
6 has improved.
I haven't seen the new patchwork yet.
Yeah, and to be fair, it lags late game with AI, but so does Civ 5. It's always been slow
Fair
to
enough.
take turn. The AI is really slow to take turns. Oof, that achievement. I might have to fire up Civ 5 just to make sure that I have that. The fact that Civ 5 has an achievement called That's XCOM, baby. And it's literally to have an XCOM squad go from 100 health to 0 in a single AI turn.
Yeah, there you could bring in XCOM.
Well, I think that the achievement itself is particularly funny because that's literally how XCOM works. 99% chance to hit.
I know.
Miss! 3 times in a row. Really, game?
We need to carry a bunch of Kaldarians into a survival game.
That
And
would be
raid
fun.
other players.
I'll have to find a good one for it.
Yeah.
I
Don't
think
know
the only
which one to
survival
choose,
game
though,
I
like.
got is like Days. That's a zombie one.
You mean DayZ, to be
Yeah,
clear.
DayZ. Okay,
Somebody...
yes. Thank you for clarity.
I will be right back.
Threat or promise?
Both?
I mean, Ark is promising.
Both.
Ark is promising, but that's expensive.
Well, the room filled up very nicely.
Just raid and unfair players in a survival game, man. That would be dope.
I would love to see a bunch of us pour into like a Rust or something like that and just shit post hard.
Yeah, we gotta figure out which game to choose, though.
Yeah, we definitely gotta find something that everybody will enjoy and play. Friendly reminder, we do have our own private Minecraft server for anybody who plays Minecraft. Everybody take a moment to welcome
Crazy
the
bitch is back.
Grandmaster of the Imperial Knights, for he has decided to grace us with his presence.
Yo!
What's going on?
Hey.
What's up, boss man?
Now, if we could just get Clytor, we'd have all 3 of the Major Legion commanders.
Yeah, tell me about it. What's he doing? He's online too.
Okay. I think something in his life keeps him busy at this time on Saturdays, so... This has also gone on far longer than I anticipated. Does anybody have any further games they'd like to add to the list?
You guys
Diablo 4?
Fuck you, no.
Battlefield.
No Man's Sky.
You know, I would take a gander in No Man's Sky.
They really did turn that game around. And the reason I say fuck you no to Diablo is because right now Blizzard can eat all of the dicks, and it was already decided that we're not
I know,
expanding into Blizzard
which is why I
titles.
which is why I keep saying it, just because I can.
Yeah, and have you heard what the Warcraft 3 Reforged looks like?
Oh God, terrible.
Hey,
The
that's not
user
bad.
score on Metacritic is 0.6.
Ouch. Ouch.
It is from what I've heard, it is a buggy, broken, feature incomplete mess that is an actual technical step backwards from the original launch of Warcraft 3 16 or 18 years ago.
That's horrible.
And the terms of service for creating user mods and custom maps and shit are atrocious. They can literally steal your work. They maintain copyright on it, and they can sell it and tell you to go eat a dick. You get nothing, and you don't even get credit.
Ouch.
I've been
Just
playing
a
the game for a while, and it hasn't been lagging at my end.
just a warning. My roommate's on a ram. Giving you a heads.
Caught about half of that, but I can extrapolate what was said.
Yeah, me too.
So, yeah, good luck with that.
Yes.
Sleep with a knife if necessary.
Get a
I
sock.
sleep with
Get a
the knife under my pillow.
Oh my
get a
God.
sock. Put it in. Put a lock inside of it.
I'm not kidding. I sleep with the knife under my pillow.
Alright, I'm going to stop everybody now because this is still being live streamed, so I would rather not live stream advocating borderline murder.
Get chloroform.
But it's in-game murder.
Yes, everything we're talking about is in-game. There is no need to investigate this.
Agreed.
Anyway, any final suggestions for games?
Path of Exile 2.
We are in Path of Exile.
Yes, yes.
Which is, I might fire that up again tomorrow if anybody's interested.
Yeah, I actually played that. I'm
My
pretty
ass
far
is
on that.
logging on so I can play Crucible, so I can, yeah.
So I can, yeah. Yeah.
Alright, so I would say the meeting has gone for quite a while.
I'll team up with you, Drew, if you want me to.
Did anybody have any final notes they'd like to make before we move into the closing phase of the meeting?
Everybody in the second, you need to vote for 2 senators.
Yes.
People's Choice Awards. So let's make that happen.
Anyone for the first? Same for the first?
Yes. The first and second will be the first legions to appoint senators. And as other legions grow in strength, they will do the same. The third, I do not believe, will be appointing senators because it is a training legion. But there are a number of people currently in the third who will be advancing to their proper legions hopefully very, very, very soon.
What?
I'm still waiting to do some onboarding.
Well, you received the training and you haven't helped anybody on board. So I don't know what's going on with that. Probably timing.
Yeah, unfortunately, onboarding one of those you kind of gotta
keep an eye on the Discord and catch people when they're getting in.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what. Are you going to be around tomorrow?
Yes.
I'll go on a recruiting binge tomorrow. Contact me when you're on, and I'll do the recruiting binge while you're on so that when people come in, you can get some practice with helping them get sorted.
Sounds like a plan.
Very good. I like that idea.
That way we get some more recruitment, and you get the chance to test out your skills.
Yay!
All right. I am a golden god of ideas, and you will worship at my altar. The altar of the egotist.
I'll be banished to the shadow realm.
Egomaniac.
It's time to send him to the shadow realm, Jimbo.
Yo, the shadow realm, bitches.
You have committed treason. Off with you to the shadow realm.
It's
treason,
then.
There's only been a few people that committed treason. Believe. And I know
there's a small handful, and
they sucked. They really sucked in doing what they did.
It hurts
That was
all
a
the
long
more because
time
I
ago.
really enjoyed having him here.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, honestly, they're a black mark on the Second Legion. Got to do something to clean that up.
Yes, I know.
Your history is marred by heresy and treachery.
Management.
Yeah.
Treason.
Management.
Hey, I got a question.
What's up?
Who do I gotta talk to if I go on vacation for over a few days?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah, typically if you
Your
forward it
Legion
to your
commander.
Legion commander, but it never hurts to also send myself or Frodo a message. Just to be on the if you want to be extra safe about it.
Okay. Because I'm not gonna go until July anyway, so I'm just gonna.
Oh,
Wow. Dude, that's like way ahead advanced planning
yeah.
there.
That's what I was
Like
about to
super
say.
overly cautious.
Well, I'm just wondering who, because I'm trying to keep my shit together. So.
Put it in the bag and take it to the shit store.
Yeah, if it's only for
Alright.
if it's only for a few days, you don't have to worry about it. Usually, if we're talking about if it's going to be like maybe a month or two, that's when you really need to speak up about it. But if you're
But
only gone for a few days,
the thing I would say is we're all friends here, and if you want to tell us like, hey, I'm going to be gone for a week, we appreciate the heads up. Thanks for thinking about us.
yep.
Yeah.
So.
All right. I have to jump off, guys, because I've got to drive my brother to work. So,
Alright.
yay.
We're just about done here anyway. I'm going to go ahead and move into the final phase and wrap the meeting up because it sounds like nobody's got anything left to contribute.
I actually do want to say one thing.
The floor recognizes the Grandmaster of the Imperial Knights.
So I'm not sure if it was said because I came in late into the meeting, but members of the First and Second Legion who are active contributors to Kaldara, I need you to present your names to Clytor Deer just to say, hey, I'm active, because unfortunately there's a lot of filled seats of people not talking or being active with Caldara. So it might be high time in the near to do some serious spring cleaning. So with that
I'll
being
make
said,
space in the Shadow Realm.
Yes, I hear
with
that.
that being said, basically this is a giant roll call for the First and Second Legions. After which I'll get with Clytor and Deer to forward said list of active people to both me and Atomic.
Not a problem.
I already said I was active already.
Yeah, I know who's so far. Yes, I've done that a couple times. I know who's who.
Wait, so
Right.
so do I privately message him, or do I just say it in the public
You
board?
could do either or. Either or works for me.
As
You can
long as the
privately message me.
information is communicated meaningfully, that's the important thing.
Yep.
Yep.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, so pretty much I believe like if you put it in the First Legion
I'm
or Second Legion
active-ish.
chat, that should be fine.
Yes, I know you're active-ish. You're
That would
fine.
be able to be seen by Emperor and the Legion commanders as well as Frodo.
You were given recognition by me a little while ago. I don't know if you were on or not.
No, I was. I just my head's been fucked for the last hour and a half.
Alright.
Okay.
With all of that said and done, I would like to take a moment to provide an update, as I did last week. The 2019 novel coronavirus strain has currently infected more than 12,000 people and does not seem to overly be slowing down. Recent search and sequencing suggests that it may in fact contain, it is not a DNA virus, it is an RNA virus, which shows a higher level of mutatability, which will make this harder to fight. 6 people from the same household were tested, and the strains had different DNA, or rather different RNA sequences, significantly. proving that within the same household it mutated readily. The middle of the RNA sequence does not resemble anything found in the coronavirus family, and in fact looks more like something found in HIV, which suggests that this may be a genetically engineered virus. Again, I would like to remind everybody that panicking will not do you any good, but you should take the necessary precautions, wash your hands frequently, disinfect doorknobs and things like that. If you come down with flu-like symptoms, take the time to stop by a hospital and get tested to make sure that it's just a cold or a flu or something. And take the normal preventative measures. Don't lick fucking public. Don't lick windows or telephone poles or doorknobs or stupid shit like that.
Railings.
I suggest if you go to push a button on an elevator, use like a pen or a pencil rather than your own hand. Consider gloves. And maybe even a face mask when going out in public especially if you live in like a city or a crowded area. It is a respiratory disease. It passes along basically the same transmission vectors that you would expect from the flu or the cold, so the same preventative measures for that are a good way to do things here. Don't touch your eyes or face too much. I suggest if you can, stock up on some extra non-perishable food just in case. Because if it gets bad, the first thing that's going to happen is it's going to look like the store shelves when a hurricane or a blizzard is going through and everybody's panicked and cleared the place out. So stock up on, some rice or some noodles or something cheap and easy.
And bottled water, or get gallons of water. Go to the
Yeah,
dollar store. You can
I
get gallons of
suggest
water.
stocking up on some extra water. If you live in a place where it is legal and you are capable and safe to do so, it doesn't hurt if you have a firearm to make sure you've got some ammo in case, especially if you live in a city, things turn into riots.
Yes, don't come
There's
to my house unless
there's
I know you,
no
because you will get shot.
there's no proof or indication that any of that is going to happen, but I'm of the opinion better safe than sorry. It is infected through the UK, France, Germany, the US, Canada, parts of the Middle East, most of Asia, Australia.
Jesus.
There are cases taking hold pretty much everywhere, and over the course of the next week, I think you're going to see a lot more. The main thing to keep in mind is if we make it about 2 weeks and it doesn't explode into a pandemic, then we're probably okay. 2 weeks from now will be the real understanding of just how bad it is, but the World Health Organization has declared it a global medical emergency.
Oh, jeez Louise.
The United States is now screening or outright turning away or quarantining flights from foreigners who have visited China. The Russians have basically closed the border to China, aside from official business on like a governmental level. Many places are starting to take this seriously, and you'll notice that the media isn't saying a whole lot.
Which is an indication of it being bad.
That's my general opinion.
Yeah.
You notice the last several things that were supposed to be the doomsday, Ebola, swine flu, SARS, bird flu, all of these things, they got a lot of attention in the media and they turned out to be nothing. When they know that it's probably going to be okay, they want a little bit of panic because it drives up clicks and sales. But if it's actually bad, they go into damage control mode because governments lean on them to do so.
One quick question, not to change the entire conversation, but when the heck are you logging on to do cruise?
After the meeting, I told you.
Okay.
Now you're
fined 5,000
right I don't even have medical insurance yet.
Oh, I
wonder
do.
how that's gonna affect the markets, though.
It
All right, I
depends on
gotta
how
get off.
bad it gets.
I gotta go.
Yeah, dear, take care, do your thing.
Yeah, later.
Um, that's going to depend entirely on how bad it gets. They're saying if it does go somewhat pandemic, you could see a damage of up to, I think one of the numbers was 0.7% GDP destruction. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but 0.7% of the GDP is a big fucking hit to the world market.
Holy shit.
We will see. Like I said, it is too early to panic, but I would like to take the time during the meeting to raise some awareness of the fact that it is increasingly looking like it may be a Chinese bioweapon that slipped containment. There's also a lot of indication that the numbers in China are a lot worse than the state is admitting, which doesn't surprise me. That's pretty common in China. They still deny that Tiananmen Square happened. So we're going to let that be. I think I've made my point, and I think everybody understands pretty effectively.
So the
Oh,
add to
actually,
that,
update. It's up to 14,000.
Wow.
Son of a.
Well, at least you guys aren't in the outbreak areas. I live right in the middle of it all.
It looks
Yep,
like
that's
only a
about
little over
Live in China?
100. Only a little over 100 actually are outside of China, though. In fact, as of this
Oh,
moment,
never mind then.
you have 20 in Japan, 19 in Thailand, 16 in Singapore, 13 in Hong Kong, 12 in Australia, 12 in South Korea, 10 in Taiwan, 8 in Germany, 8 in the US, 8 in Malaysia, 7 in Macau, 6 in France, 6 in Vietnam, 4 in Canada, 4 in the United Arab Emirates, 2 in Italy, 2 cases in Russia, 2 in the UK, 1 in Nepal, 1 in Cambodia, 1 in Spain, 1 in the Philippines, 1 in Finland, 1 in Sweden, and a case has hit India.
Wow.
There are currently 304 deaths and 331 recoveries. The other 13,000 cases are still unknowns how they're going to resolve. Let's see, Vietnam and Australia curb access to China as death toll passes 250. Apple temporarily closes all stores in mainland China. There are headlines here. If anybody would like to look at some of this information for themselves, there is coronavirus-map.com. It's a good little repository of instantly available information. I suggest people have a look at it.
one note on this I would like to make.
Let me see. Do we have any deaths outside of China yet? That's the real question. I'm looking through the death totals. So far, it looks like all of the confirmed deaths are still contained within China.
Okay, that's good.
It's also worth noting that Asians actually test higher for an allele responsible for the production of the protein that this strain of coronavirus attaches to on the cell wall. So they may be more susceptible to it than non-Asian people. So this may be less of an issue outside of Asia to begin with, just because of genetic markers.
Wait, so the Chinese made a weapon that would kill themselves to use faster? What the heck?
Quite possibly. It also could be possible that it's not enough to matter and a deadly virus is a deadly virus, so don't wipe your brow and go everything's fine just yet. And of course, to be clear, I'm not out of the woods either. I'm 20 minutes from the border with Mass, and they've already got a case in Massachusetts. So it's probably hit my
What?
state by now, and nobody knows it yet.
I'm NJ and close to the airport.
Yeah, my wife was telling me it hit Boston.
Yep.
Wow. Leave the country.
It's hit Boston, LA, Orange County, Santa Clara, Seattle. What is that? Tampa? Somewhere in Arizona. So Arizona, Washington, California, Massachusetts. The one in Massachusetts probably jumped the border from Canada.
Okay.
If I were to guess. That or a flight returned from California or something.
Oh.
Who knows?
Okay.
It could have
the
come from anywhere.
Yeah, the Boston one, he actually was in China.
Oh, brilliant. You see what I mean? You should just avoid communist countries and these things won't happen.
We're on all flights.
In fact, all but one of the 8 in the U.S., all 7 people visited China. The one person that didn't visit China caught it from his wife.
Okay, let's see. Health officials said the man had recently traveled to Wuhan, China, and sought medical attention upon returning to Massachusetts. So that one may actually be a case that got contained. With any luck. But given the fact that you're asymptomatic for upwards of 2 weeks and you're still transmissible during that asymptomatic period, we could still be looking at a pandemic. Hard to say. We'll see we'll see if in the next couple days it starts looking in the 30,000 range. That's probably the point where I'm going to start getting a little more worried, especially if the cases outside of China begin to crop up in larger numbers. That means it's completely slipped containment, and good luck.
Yeah, I think Division 2 vibes.
A little bit. And I'd just like to remind everybody, the facility that's suspected by many people to be the source of it literally has the umbrella logo.
Like,
How does a bow reach me through a freaking wall and get a headshot? Fuck you.
It looks similar to the umbrella logo, right?
It's literally the umbrella logo, but they changed the red to turquoise. And in Chinese, if you translate it, one of the words in the inscription is umbrella. And Corona is an anagram for raccoon. This shit is
I was
getting
gonna say the
creepy.
C virus.
That's what we're looking at. It's the C virus now. That's what I'm calling it from now on. Thank you.
People ain't mutating, dude.
It's
It's just a
mutating
fire.
already. We're legit fucked. So just get as much
Everyone-
ammo as you can, and start learning your close quarters combat skills so you don't get bitten or
And get
sneezed on.
some Lysol. Get some Lysol.
Yes, actually the latest batch of Lysol actually says on the back of the bottle, or the can or whatever, kills human coronavirus. They're already shamelessly using it as marketing.
Serious?
I don't blame them.
Of course!
No, that's good though, because it's like, okay, well, if that's true, then, and I assume it is, because, yeah, it makes sense that it would be. Anyway, I'm going to wrap that conversation up here. I'm going to say thank you all for attending the meeting, even those of you who came in late. Thank you all for your input. Don't forget to cast your votes for your Legion senators. And don't forget that if you're interested in taking on the role of a senator, go to your Legion chat and announce your candidacy. Anybody of the rank of Stivos or above, that is, of course, E1, is eligible to be a senator, assuming you are not already the Legion commander or executive officer. You can only be senator of one Legion at a time, so choose carefully. And I would like to thank the 5 people currently supporting us financially through Subscribestar. That includes at the citizen level, Novasef X. At the next level, we have Lord Kelly C. McGriff. Then we have, of course, Baron Frodo and Baron Anthony Reichelt. And finally, at the highest tier currently being used, we have Count Mikey P82. I'd like to thank everybody again who chose to support us. This money goes towards paying for private servers, potentially, obviously the cost of the website, potential web development costs. We're going to be looking into adding an extra bit of nitro boost to the Discord server. And of course, contributing at the citizen level or above will get you access to our supporter chat, which will include the Treasury Oversight Committee, where spending of the funds will be put forward and explained, along with potential voting and feedback from the people who are choosing to support us financially, to ensure that the Treasury is held accountable to the people. And if you can spare $1 or a few bucks a month, and you would like to help us out, then please go to subscribestar.com/Kaldaran-Empire, and we will be looking for potential additional rewards to offer people beyond just the title and access to the Treasury Oversight Committee. Obviously, one of those is you get your name and title in every video published and live stream published to the Kaldaran Empire YouTube and other such media channels. I will be looking to make some improvements to the website if I can find a couple people who have some experience with web dev and design. And I will be hopefully finding a way to integrate a thank you panel on the web page, a sort of hall of nobility. And I'll probably set up a place on if you have like Minecraft or other survival games that include building, then we'll make sure to set up a hall on any of those servers we play for those games, to where you've got a physical monument to your financial support. Things like that I think are little things we can do as an extra thank you. I would like to do them. Beyond that, I believe that covers it. So thank you all again for attending. Thank you for your financial support. And as always, long live the Empire.
Long live the
Long live the
Empire.
Empire.
Long live the
The
Empire.
Empire.